What are you most excited about seeing?
Omaha Beach.
But that's like the typical.
That's
when
what you think of
D-Day.
D-Day. It was Omaha Beach, yeah.
How do you feel?
Good. Excited.
You don't feel like any sense of heaviness about like what we're gonna experience today?
Yeah, because it's something I've been looking forward to. It's also kind of solemn, but deep in some way. We'll see when we get there.
So today, Cody, where are we headed?
Right now we're headed to the Port Winston Artificial Harbor, the British D-Day landing site. See the presentation at the Clifftop Aeromautius 360-degree theater, then head down to the D-Day Landing Museum and nearby viewing area. Get close to the cliffs, survey the coast from this dramatic perch. Designed to be temporary, it was used for 6 months. The harbor was supposed to wash out to sea over time, which is what happened to the same one they built.
We just went to where? Our
Pronunciation Aromanchus? I don't know.
Aromanchus, and this was a site of the British. Like that's where the British invaded, right?
Right.
Thoughts?
It's pretty cool seeing the harbor, what's left of it, 80 years later.
Yeah. And the movie,
The 360-degree movie was cool.
yeah, it was like a big circle room you stood in and just video all around.
Get all the archival footage from D-Day and the Battle of Normandy with no voiceover, so you just got to just hear it, see it. So
It was a touching movie, I thought. I felt a little tear.
it was really good. Yeah,
When they had the little boy holding the cat. Ugh.
yeah, because they said 20,000 French civilians died. we went down to Omaha Beach.
Charged.
Where they actually landed, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Cody ran in the water and put his feet in.
Yeah, got to stick my feet in the English Channel. Then we drove up to Pointe du Hoc, which I'm sure is pronounced correctly in French, but it's the Ranger Memorial, where the Ranger unit scaled the cliffs. It's like what you think of when you think of Normandy, these sheer cliff faces. There was a bunch of German guns up there, artillery guns they wanted to take out.
The guns weren't actually there today. That's where the guns were.
Right. They did have one to look at, though. It was a big sucker, 155 millimeter. And we learned, or at least I learned, that James Rudder was the commanding officer of the whole group doing it. He ended up being the president of A&M down the road. There's a statue of him. Didn't know what he did in the war, but I learned that today.
He had a pretty big role.
Yeah. So we finished up a full day of Omaha Beach and Sword Beach, touring and driving around. If you're watching this, then it's because we survived. The reason why that's even something you need to worry about is because we are in France. Kelly is driving, and it is a stick shift.
Oh, I almost just killed a bird.
Please don't kill the bird.
So what was your favorite part of the day?
I'd say going to the American Normandy Cemetery is what I had pictured in my mind, even more so. It's really great. Oh, there's a big gun too. It was really great to see how well we're taking care of it. It's really something to be proud of.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool to I don't know, be some of the only Americans at the cemetery. That felt kind of cool,
That's
representing
true.
our people.
We had a little, I wouldn't even call it a tour really, but there was a tour guide there, but he couldn't do a real tour because of the COVID situation, so he just kind of talked for 20 minutes about some guys that are buried there and how long he's been working there. He's a French guy, but he said that we're the first Americans that he's had in a tour group since they opened back up in June. Yeah. It really lived up to everything that I was hoping it would be, because it really does deliver and represent to me, especially because it's been hard to, and it sounds cliche, but it's been hard to really feel always proud of our home country. And in general, there's just kind of this...
Okay, hold on. Okay. I struggle with starting.
There's a lot of sentiment, at least, especially online, and that's what we see mostly here, of all the bad things about America. No matter which side of the political aisle you fall on, it's like we're only talking about the bad things. And it's been even worse the last 6 months since the whole COVID thing started. So for me, it was really refreshing to see this. It's solemn but uplifting and refreshing, because you get to see this symbol of the very best part of America. The things that we can do when we want to, and how far we're willing to go. There was 10,000 young men, a couple women buried there. It was just really powerful and moving, and made me really proud to be an American.
And I think for me, it made me think about how we always say we're proud to be Americans, and because of what America represents: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, right, freedom, and how right now it feels like that isn't something that people are prioritizing. It's all about me, and I don't want to participate in something because it doesn't benefit me. Wearing a mask takes away my liberty. But when you think about, again, like you said, the height of America, like, our people were willing to lay down their lives for the French, for Europe. Like, we were willing to give of ourselves for people that weren't even ours. And I think that's what makes us American, and what makes me proud to be American is, like you said, what we're willing to do.
When we can all agree what the right thing to do is.
Yeah, and I just wish
we would.
I just wish we could remember, like, what America really stands for. Not what's best for me, but what is good for everybody. Okay, so my favorite part was actually the first place we went to, the Armangeus.
Port Winston?
Yeah, because for me, somebody who doesn't but doesn't have a lot of World War II knowledge, I feel like it connected the dots of the little bit of knowledge I do have from my wonderful educator.
Yeah.
And like seeing how the beach actually worked, and how they made a harbor, and all stuff I didn't know. It connected all the dots for me. That was really helpful.
To be honest, I didn't know that either. I knew that they had done some kind of artificial harbors, but I didn't know that it was at one of the beaches, why they did it, who did it, or even how. It was pretty cool that they just sunk some old ships.
Yeah.
All right, day 2 in the D-Day beaches area. We checked out of our Airbnb, grabbed some lunch at a creperie.
Bougie because it's called a bourgeois.
That's right, my friends.
We're not that bougie. Got some crepes.
And we're headed to Utah Beach and the sites around there. I'm excited about the Utah Beach stuff because it's supposed to be more paratrooper oriented. So, like, that show I really liked, Band of Brothers, and the movie I really liked, The Longest Day, are both centered around the activities around there. So that will be cool to connect the real life stuff to the stories I liked.
We also bought a table.
Oh yeah. Kelly said, "Hey, let's go down the street. We haven't been there before."
Cody said it.
No, I didn't. And what is there?
You did. No, you turned. I said, we go up here, and you said, let's go down this street. And I said, oh, we haven't walked down this street before. And you're like, yeah.
I think those are alternate facts, but either way, we now have a table. So our next stop is on the way there is the German military cemetery for the Battle of Normandy, which I think will be interesting. Could have a contrast to the American one we saw yesterday.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. This church is where 2 American paratroopers came to provide aid to soldiers of the war. American, German, whoever, it didn't matter. Paratrooper window. Can barely see it. Blood stains. They helped over, I think, 72 soldiers and 1 child. John 15:13, greater love has no one than this, that he laid down his life for his friend.
Let's see what it is.
You don't think this is good quality video?
No.
You look cute though.
Thank you.
So we just hold on. I have to turn, and this causes a lot of thinking.
Okay. How good are your Photoshop skills? Can you take out all the bumpiness in this from your shifting?
Hey, that's a funny joke from the last video you recorded that you didn't actually record.
Yeah, I'm becoming my father. I pressed the wrong button.
Okay. This is the right.
Something just fell off the car.
Fell off the
Or
car.
You hit something. I don't know.
I think that was.
That was a loud noise.
No, I think that was our cider.
No? I don't know. You hit something. It was a loud. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It was a loud metallic.